Thanksgiving is only about 2 weeks away.
The food, I can already smell it, that's on the table. And who else could tell us how to do it right? But then our next guest, Mary Beth Albright, is here. You brought some sides. How are you, ma'am?
I did. I'm doing great, thanks. Because there's 1,000 different places that you can read about the tricks of roasting a turkey upside down, ice packs on the breast, all that stuff.
Then there's people that fry it and microwave it. I know that probably kills your soul.
No, you know what? The deep fried turkey, as long as you serve another like traditional turkey with it, I think the deep fried turkey's okay.
What is that? Ice packs on the breasts?
That's actually what I do. Yeah.
Wow. I can see where this conversation.
Okay,
no,
so
I'm not going there.
I wasn't going to go to this place, but I will. Because the breast meat is done. The light meat on a turkey is done at a lower temperature than the dark meat, and that's always the problem with cooking a turkey. And so if you actually get the breast meat down temperature while you put it outside of the refrigerator and get the legs up to room temperature, you cook a perfect turkey. So that's what I do. Just when I take it out of the refrigerator to bring it to room temperature, put a ton, like a plastic bag full of ice on the breast, but don't let it touch the legs.
I'll have to let Scott know that when he
Yes, that's what I do. So bring it down, chill it down. Okay, so let's talk about sides today. Okay, first of all, my favorite. There are two kinds of people in the world. People who love Brussels sprouts and people who have never had them cooked correctly.
I am the latter, as opposed to the former.
All right,
so let's make
first of all, let me bring you my magic trick. This is how Brussels sprouts grow.
That's amazing. I've never seen that.
Exactly.
How heavy is that?
Well, you can feel it. And so you just chop them off of that. And
I've never seen this.
Well, this is the great thing. If you don't want to deal with chopping them off of there, you can get these at supermarkets now, too.
This is like the beanstalk from the movie, from the tale when you were little. Doesn't it look like that?
It does. So if you go to grocery stores now, you can buy these. They used to only be at farmers markets, but grocery stores have wised up now, and it's like one of the fun things.
Hopefully you don't have to pay by the pound for that.
No. I think this was like $3.99 for the whole thing, and it's probably 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts. I mean, it's a good amount of Brussels sprouts.
Because nobody else wants to eat them. The demand is
well, you try my Brussels sprouts.
I want to try them. Let's try them.
Try those first.
I just absolutely hate them. So if you can win me over with this,
okay,
go ahead.
You are.
What's in these? What do you do to them?
So this is the simplest thing ever. Cut in half, covered in olive oil, roasted in the oven for about 20-30 minutes.
How is
they
it done?
Caramelize. They turn nutty. They taste nothing like cabbage.
Correct. I like cabbage.
Well, I mean,
I could eat that.
Yes,
and normally I gag when I eat Brussels sprouts.
It doesn't taste like
amazing.
an actual. I'm actually eating more. Do you want more?
Yeah.
Wow.
We call these pan vegetables because they never make it out of the pan. My husband and I just sit there like popping them in our mouth.
It takes the typical taste of a Brussels sprout away, but it has that roasted taste. It's
nice. Yeah, that harvest flavor that you love on the Thanksgiving table.
I can't believe it. That's like a second
you just keep going.
That's right there.
One more time.
Okay, and the recipe is on the website. It's on letstalklive.tv. So you just cut them in half. You throw them in olive oil. Salt and pepper. Toss them in the oven. And the great thing about these is they're ready in about 30 minutes, which is about the amount of time that it takes to rest a turkey. So you take the turkey out of the oven, put it on the countertop. It rests. Throw these Brussels sprouts in, so you don't have to worry about having oven space. We found a way for Doug
to eat his
vegetables.
I love hate Brussels sprouts, and I've had. This is my 4th spoonful.
This is the way to get your kids to eat Brussels sprouts.
Fiber. I love to talk about the fiber. These I did on the stovetop. Now, if you're looking for something a little different, I sautéed these Brussels sprouts with some chorizo, some sausage.
All right, let's try these.
Yeah, and they're spicy. That's why I made just the very plain ones. These taste a little more cabbagey because I put some chicken stock in them. And with moist heat, they wind up tasting a little more cabbagey. Like if you're doing, put in chicken stock or white wine or whatever. The roasted ones, the recipe that's on the website, is totally dry heat. And so that's why they just don't taste anything like cabbage.
These are both great.
I love it.
I like both of them.
And then you can buy one of these. You don't even have to cook this. Just place it on your table, and everybody will think you're a culinary genius. Or put this in a low vase or something, or just like put it on the table like this.
My kids will laugh me out of the house if I do that, so maybe I should do it.
Oh, you should. And then if they laugh at you, you can just
use it
bob them over the head like a mace.
It looks like a Christmas. Looks like a Christmas decoration to me. It's got
the
bulbs already on it. And everything.
You know what it reminds me of? Lollipops, like Tootsie Pops. Like, you know how you get them at a place and
this is like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I got Brussels sprouts Christmas tree.
That's what I can say to them. Laugh at me. This is in your stocking.
That's right.
That's right, babe.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, what else? What else?
Okay, so I also brought. Yes, absolutely. Let's toast. I brought. This is a hard apple cider. which is fantastic. You know, when you're drinking while you're cooking, you don't necessarily want to go straight for the wine because you're going to be having wine with dinner probably. What I like to do is this hard apple cider. It's a little sparkly, it's a little sweet, but a little dry.
A little yeasty like beer.
That's exactly right. And it's only 6% alcohol, so you're not going to the table, you know, going to fall asleep in your gravy, you know, which, trust me, it's happened to me.
Uncle Joe, I never liked your politics.
Okay, so let me get to the second thing. Mashed potatoes. Now, everybody has their own way of making them. If you are open to a new way of making them, this is a potato ricer.
I've never seen this contraption before in my life.
It looks like a huge garlic press, basically. And you boil the potatoes whole with their skin on. Now, the reason
with the skin on?
With the skin on and whole because it holds in the most starch. And what you want is a really starchy potatoes because that starch is going to hold in the butter and the cream.
Well, that's kind of good because you know how many hours and times of all the Thanksgivings I was peeling with my mom.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to do that. And the great thing about it is that after they boil, they literally just slip right off. It's like slipping paper off. And so these these are going to be the fluffiest mashed potatoes you've ever had because when I was doing this morning, because mashed potatoes also are the last thing that you should make.
You threw some butter in here, didn't you?
There's a lot of butter in there.
There's got to be butter in that. Come on, it's mashed potatoes.
But here's the other thing. They're Yukon Gold potatoes, which are naturally very buttery tasting. So if you start with a buttery tasting potato, again, all this is on the website. If you start with a buttery tasting potato, you don't have to put a ton of butter in it. And it's really funny because when I was doing this morning, my son looked at it and he said, cheese, because it does. It looks like cheese when it comes out. But you just sort of fold in the butter and the cream, and it should be the last thing that you make because you don't want to reheat mashed potatoes. You just you want to do it and put them on the table because that's when they're best. The third thing I brought was a cranberry sauce. Yes. Now the cranberry sauce.
My favorite.
Oh, is that really? Oh, good.
Go for it.
It's made with wine too. Again,
there you go. Two of his favorites: alcohol and cranberry.
And that's great because that's a little one for me, one for the pot. You know.
Right.
First of all, cranberry sauce should be made in advance because this is the kind you want to serve it chilled. So make it a couple days in advance. Throw it in the refrigerator. Forget about it.
That's great.
The thing about this is that it's made with quince as well. Quince.
What is quince?
Q-U-I-N-C-E.
Was that a fruit? Did I detect laughter when I said
no? The reason I was laughing about I'm not laughing at you. I know that sounded very smug.
Minions in the kitchen.
I was not laughing at you. I was talking to somebody at the grocery store yesterday when I was asking for them, which they did have. You can get it at a lot of grocery stores, not all of them. But the guy looked at me and he thought I was asking about quintuplets, like quince. And I was like, remember when it was a big deal for somebody to have 5 kids at once before Octomom?
Right.
Like, talk to me when you pushed out 8. Yeah. So it's called a quince, and it's a very tart fruit that needs to be cooked to bring out its sweetness. So I just chopped some of it up, put it in with the cranberries. There's also red wine in there, and then also I think the secret to cranberries is not putting ground spices in there. What you want to do is take either a cheesecloth or a little metal tea ball or a mesh tea bag or something like that, put whole spices in it, and let it sit with that. Then you pull it out and you serve it, and the essence of the spice is in the cranberry sauce, but you don't get overwhelmed by spice, correct?
Yeah.
So there's like star anise in there, there's pepper in there, and cloves, but you don't get overwhelmed by that.
I gotta ask you, can I order catering from you?
I will bring, you know what, for you, Natasha Barrett, anything.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I could fake everybody out on Thanksgiving. Be
I can like
throw
slip
some
it under
flour
the door
on my face.
or something.
I do make pies. That's one thing I do. Deviled eggs and pies.
I'll trade you. You make pies,
I can make
everything
good pie.
else.
Pumpkin and apple.
Baking the
cheesecake. That's right. No, I do it all myself, Laura. Thank you very much.
Laura's
in my ear. Right? All right, she's rushing us. We have this picture of your son that we have to show. He helped you cook.
He did. This is him making it this morning. So this is what the cranberries and the quince look like.
You didn't really cook, Mary Beth. He did it all.
I love this little thing that we have. It's called the Learning. I'm not a paid spokesperson at all. It's called the Learning Tower, and it's like a place for a kid to be and
I just thought you had him in
a
cage or something.
Yeah,
it's an actual thing.
The cage is in the basement.
He's not going to stick his hand on the burner there, I hope.
Oh, no. This is a counter. That was not the stove.
Oh, good.
I don't put that thing near the stove.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Well, I'm glad that you brought it up because, my God, people are seeing that.
I know.
And then I keep the knives right nearby, so it's all good.
All right there. Makes
You're
it interesting.
You're batting 4 for 4 today.
I love it.
Happy Thanksgiving, ma'am.
I love it. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'll be back in 2 weeks, the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh,
yes. To talk about last-minute leftover ideas.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we will need that.
Okay.